Save made by Sjogard. Out to center ice, chopped at by Grundtvig. And now Ron Bier swings it down to Grundtvig. That pass missed. Lucas Anderson comes in for it. Anderson in shoots, and that was blocked by Segrist. Grundtvig loose behind the goal. Anderson comes in to help out. And Mueller turns it over as Madsen knocked that down. Played back in the corner for Grundtvig. Grundtvig shoots from a sharp angle. And Hollenstein knocked that down. A chance now for the Swiss breaking in 2-on-1. Nussbaumer with Mueller. Nussbaumer in, and a sprawling defensive play made by Bastrup. Knocked that away. And back comes Grundtvig the other way for the Danes. In the midst of a change, Grundtvig is 1-on-5. And lays it in deep for Green. Gustav Green. Back in deep. Wittenberg picks it up. And here's Bernie with it. Up for Nussbaumer. Rink wide to Gross. Pokes out to Mueller. He got spun around. And here's Mortensen back with it. In comes Bernie. Walks it and shoots off the stick of Mortensen. That goes wide. And Verboon lays that down to Sandro Schmid. Back at the point to Moser. Janis Moser, a long shot. Kicked away by Sjogard. In comes Berger with it. When you see a 6'7" goaltender Ray as a shooter, it's got to be intimidating. As Schmid works in, it bounced off his stick. A low backhand shot stopped by Mortensen. He sends it down the ice.
Mainly because you don't see any net. When he comes out at the top of the crease, it's just like, you know, the net's there because the goalie's standing there, but you can't see it. Every once in a while, you need a little help from your friend, 6'7" or not, as Nussbaumer's trying to find a way to get this puck to Mosier across the front of the net. But Bastrup does a nice job, slides perfectly timed to take away pass and shot.
Bastrup plays in Linköping in the Swedish Junior League, his 4th year playing in Sweden. And now we got an equipment problem for Sjogard. He goes back to the Danish bench for a moment.
I said if he can't, the referee just told him if you can't fix this really quickly, you're going to need the other goalie to get ready. And so he just gave the move it along sign to Rourke, but they got the chinks or the neck guard back up, and so.
Not many guys wear those anymore. The acrylic piece that hangs down, or the plastic piece that hangs down off the goal mask. Made famous, perhaps most, by Patrick Waugh, among others. Lehman swings it for Lowenberger. Lowenberger drops that back. Abisher. There's for Gatton on the Quebec League, back for Lecoutre. That was blocked. And Lecoutre lost his stride there as Schultz comes in on him. Drop back, Kyer in, shoots. Hollenstein makes the stop on that and hangs on.
Now off the block shot, it turns into a chance here for the Danes. Kyer with a pretty good opportunity. Another stop for Hollenstein. Lecoutre tries to force this shot. He's in the middle of the ice. But if he slides it back to his partner, the Danish forward in front of him doesn't have a stick. The shot's blocked. It turns into a shot through the screen of Schultz and a good stop.
Bouncing puck for Gruschweiler, knocked down by Bastrup. Plays it around for Brinkman. In for Bastrup. Late pass for Ron Bier, moving in with Schultz. Ron Bier. Tied up there by Bernie. Ron Bier swings it back to Urup. That long shot tipped, and Hollenstein made the save on the deflection.
It's 2 periods in a row that the Swiss have been a little late to the competition part of the game here. The Danes, a good start in the first, a good start here in the second.
There's Ron Bier back with it. Throws that back, missed Schultz with the pass, and it's back down to the Danish zone. Eggenberger in on Urup, gives him a hard ride. And Moser swings back. Icing called against the Danes.
It's been a busy couple of minutes for Luca Hollenstein. Here's the point shot from Urup. As the shot is deflected a couple times, the second time goes through the legs of Gross. It dives, and Hollenstein's in good position to turn this aside.
Hollenstein plays for the E.V. Zug Junior program at the Zug Academy. So they enter that team in the second Swiss League. Akira Schmid played against Canada and played pretty well, allowing 3 goals on 32 shots. He's a Jersey 5th-round pick, the backup today. Good up. Brings it across to Bastrup, but the puck bounced into the Danish bench.
Introducing 8 all-new 2019 Chevrolet Silverados. Because there's work to be done.
Back here in Vancouver, day 4 of the 2019 World Junior Championship. Canada will play the Czechs here tonight. Tomorrow, 1 game here. The Swiss will play the Russians. On the Victoria side today, the Slovaks playing the Finns, Sweden, and the United States tonight. Top 4 teams in each group will play in the quarterfinals. A crossover format. We've seen some close calls in the quarters over the years. As Wittendorf brings it ahead for the Danes. Wittendorf shoots. It's off a stick high and wide. Now Green back on it. Mortensen walks out of the corner, backhand shot. Hollenstein saved the whack away, and Hollenstein's in the net, but the puck is not.
Pretty harried couple of minutes here around the Swiss net. Really good pinch down the wall, keeps the play alive for the Danes, and Markusen drives this in between the defenseman and the goaltender. Now this is where the battle is. Hollenstein's fighting to keep this puck out. You see Markusen pushing away at it. There's Green flailing away. They're trying to push the puck. Hollenstein, everything back into the net. The puck ends up staying in front of the goal line. It's been a really good 5 minutes here for the Danes.
Here's Lehman back with it. Moved around Setkov. Tanner lost the puck, but now it's fished off by Lowenberger. And Rombier has it back for the Danes. Held by Bernie. And on the other side comes Koch. Gross stepped up on him. Out at center ice, Rombier couldn't get around his man as he's knocked down by Lowenberger. Lead pass to Rombier. Drops that back to Brinkman. In the backhand shot, but that's just wide. Now brought back by Lowenberger. In for Lehman. Right up by Setkov. And Kyer has it back for the Danes. 13-10, the shots on goal in favor of the Swiss. Lead pass to Bach. Kubars works in. Shots are 5-2 Denmark here in the second period. And Kubars pivots back. Walks out and shoots. It's off a leg and wide. He fires again, puts that one wide as well. A bounce off the stanchion right to Verboon. He goes ahead to Gerber. In comes Gerber, a rolling puck, and fired that wide. Right back down to the Swiss zone. And Sandro Schmid goes back to pick it up. Moser. Up ahead to LeCoutre. It's knocked down by Madsen. In comes Madsen. Swung up behind Grundvig, picked off by Schmid. The Swiss are back 3-on-2. Schmid across to Gerber. Gerber throws it back in front. Just missed Verboon with that pass. And Mortensen has it back. The Danes still looking for their first goal at this World Junior Championship in their 8th period. Mortensen for Grundvig. Segrist moves out ahead. Sjogard had to bounce off his skate. And now Grundvig back with it. Segrist swings it back across to Miller. His centering pass moved in front of Nussbaumer, couldn't get a shot away. Ronbier had it bounce off his stick. Nussbaumer back with it. And here's Anderson back with it. Victor Anderson got bottled up by Segrist. Miller trying to center it, and that's scooped up and lifted out by Grunfeld. Bernie across to Gross. Nussbaumer chips at the center ice. It's knocked down by Ronbier, who feeds it right back down to the Swiss zone. Gross works his way ahead. Here's Koch back with it. Hangs it around for Setkov. That pass picked up by Eggenberg. Sings it back in front. Kurashev a chance. And he's turned away in tight by Sjogard. Kurashev has been the show for the Swiss so far. He's got both goals for them and almost made it 3.
I'm a goalie coach. I have my own goalie school, and I also do OHL Central Scouting. In my school, the biggest thing is getting them to understand that if they want to achieve something and they're willing to put the work and the effort in to do it, that good things will happen. We drive the Chevrolet Traverse, whether it's winter or summer and rain or snow, just knowing that they're in a car that can be safe. It was important to us. Setting goals and being able to achieve them, I think it's something that you want to teach every kid.
Expanding the Trans Mountain Pipeline provides billions for innovation and clean technology. Building the greener energy industry of tomorrow can't happen overnight, but Trans Mountain speeds up this transition, shipping oil in a way that produces fewer emissions than rail or truck, generating billions to fund new, lower carbon technologies, and providing the way forward to a brighter future. The Trans Mountain Pipeline is on Canada's side. Find more facts to share at keepcanadaworking.ca. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Maybe the first time in this period that the Swiss have forechecked. Really nice work by Brushweiler to get the puck off the forecheck. Eggenberger and Kurashev combined. Kurashev turned aside.
Now Moser to Kurashev and a point-blank shot by Brushweiler, stopped by Sjogard.
This line has been it offensively. Really two nice chances there.
Here they come again. Brushweiler along with Eggenberger. And Eggenberger holds. And now Kurashev had a stick knocked out of his hands. I believe they're going to call Kurashev for the penalty. They are.
It looks like interference.
The Deans will get their first power play of the game.
The Danes were 0 for 6 against Russia. For a long time, that game was 1-0, and they had power play after power play, and they weren't able to capitalize. Now in a 2-0 game, as we see the interference penalty on Kurashev, right here, 23 is going to go through and knock the stick of Urup out of his hands. Now they got a chance to get back on the game in the game with their power play.
Ronbier winds in. Feeds it across to Setkov. He's the guy with the shot. Grunfeld works in. Back to Setkov. To Ronbier. Back to Setkov. Ronbier works in, drops it back. Setkov along wrist shot, that deflected wide. Madsen parked in front for the Danes. And Gross around for Lecoutre. Has time and feeds it down the ice. Setkov up ahead for Ronbier. Rink wide pass chipped in by Lucas Anderson. Picked out by Abisher. Can't clear it out. And now it's moved ahead. And Brushweiler with it along with Lowenberg. Brushweiler short-handed. Swings it back in front. Lowenberger couldn't reach it. And back comes Setkov the other way for the Danes. He falls. And as Wittendorf tried to knock it in, the play is called offside.
Oh, he can just shake his head. He just lost an edge here in the middle of the ice. He's trying to get going. And a coach that once used to say to us in Atlanta, it's a slippery game played on ice. He just went to pivot on the outside of his edge, and whoop, off it was gone. Bad break for the big boy.
They're up with it. 45 seconds to go in the Danish power play. 10 to go in the second period. Here's your chance if you're Denmark to get back in it. Not much throwing so far as Wittendorf works in. Berger knocked that away. And the one place, well, that puck goes into the penalty box, the one place we see, Ray, the lack of depth for teams is the second power play.
Right. I was just thinking alongside of that, where you really see the issues for teams that don't score a lot is they don't have the high-end skill that would make the extra man a huge advantage for them. For the Danes, everything's got to go through Rombier's hands, but they don't have 3 or 4 shooting options. Remember back a few years ago when Slovakia had a really good power play. They had 3 or 4 high-end players. And so the power play can work. And for the Danes, the extra man really hasn't been that much of an advantage.
Setkov. How about the Grundtvig? Pumps that down for Madsen. Back at the point is Schultz. In for Ronbier. Setkov, a long wrist shot, knocked down in front. Loose puck goes to Ronbier. And Ronbier spilled, lost his helmet. He's got to come off the ice now. No shots on goal for the Danes on that power play. And the puck goes into the Danish bench. 9:09 to go here in the second period. Switzerland leads 2-0.
At Esso, we're ridiculous about being meticulous. Right down to the 7 meticulously balanced ingredients in Synergy gasoline. Meticulously designed to help protect your engine and improve fuel economy. Maybe it's because we're obsessive. Or maybe it's because we care.
Esso, energy lives here.
The Canadian Tire First Shift program is an easy, fun way for kids to try hockey for the first time. And at $199, it's also affordable. At welcome events, kids are professionally outfitted head to toe with new Bauer equipment they get to keep. And 6 on-ice sessions with a local hockey association are included in the program. First Shift. No equipment, no experience, no problem. Learn more at firstshift.ca.
Room is ready. Canada will wear its blacks today against the Czech Republic. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on TSN 1, 3, and 4.
Team Canada in the Canucks home dressing room. They get to take over those digs for the tournament.
And the host team gets the first pick. Then it goes by finish from the year before. So there is an advantage to having a good tournament, because the next year you get a better room. The lower seeded teams are often in jerry-rigged closets as Gross puts it right on Sugar. Well, Sugar rather makes the stop and on the rebound as well. As coming in was Bruschweiler late.
Remember when the tournament was in Calgary, Gord, they built all those auxiliary dressing rooms, all temporary rooms out adjacent to the dressing rooms. You see this last chance that Sjogard's got to fight around as the puck bounces off Nico Gross's centering pass off of Urup's skate, and now Bruschweiler smacking around looking for the loose puck too. He's had a good game, Bruschweiler.
It's his first major international tournament for the Swiss. They keep their junior players together for a half dozen tournaments over the course of the year. And the one advantage the Swiss have is because Switzerland's not a member of the EU Customs Union, players from other European countries are Canada's imports, and they only allow 4 in their league, so young Swiss players get a chance to play. Heyman comes in, but the play is offside. And Switzerland has produced more than a few NHL players over the year. On the left is Dwayne Sutter, Ron Sutter, Brian McCabe is here, the Florida Panthers. Oh, there's Pat Verbeek, your pal, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and a couple of scouts from
a couple amateur guys in there as well.
Yeah. Probably looking for jobs.
I'll tell you, those guys work hard.
Yeah, there's
a lot of miles that go on where the players they're going to scout. They're over at the tournaments in November in Europe. They get the World Junior this time, of course, in North America, but often in Europe. And U18s, they put the miles on.
And it's not just the top end guys. You know, championship teams draft a lot of players that play for them after the first round. That's one of the keys to being successful in the NHL. And it's so hard when you think about it, Ray. You're primarily drafting 18-year-old players. If the NFL had an 18-year-old draft, Tom Brady might not have been picked. As it was, he was a 6th round pick for the Patriots. As it was, wasn't it?
I mean, just think of any person, physical maturity from 18 to 20 or 22, and they're trying to mix in who's got skill, who can process the game, who will grow, and it becomes in a lot of cases an absolute crapshoot.
If you saw Zdeno Chara as an 18-year-old, he was all arms and legs. If he didn't have a stick in his hand, you weren't sure he'd be able to stay upright.
Well, what about a player like Joe Pavelski?
Right. 7th round pick.
Yeah, I mean, no real high hopes for Pavelski coming out of the draft, and he's gone on to just a fabulous career.
Puck loose to the side of the goal. Hollenstein pokes it away from Grundvig. Sweeps that back for Koch, but Setkov had left the zone, and Eggenberger has it back now for the Swiss. Nando Eggenberger drops for Kurashev. Trying to find Bruchweiler, and Koch has it back for the Dane. Kyer. With a sharp angle, Hollenstein knocks that away. And Bach lays that back. Kubars works it and shoots. Hollenstein shut that down. And Berger has it back. Setkov jumps up. Spins and shoots. He looked at that wide. And Berger swings it back to Moser. 7 to go here in the second period. Eggenberger jumps in along with Bruchweiler. Eggenberger in on Victor Anderson, centered it, and that pass is broken up by Wittendorf. And away comes Wittendorf with Green. Gets around LeCoutre. Plays it around for Green. Segrist. Plays it back for Miller. Up for Segrist. Segrist drops it back. LeCoutre in, shoots, scores! Simon LeCoutre plays for Moncton in the Quebec League. Makes it 3-0 Switzerland.
LeCoutre's got 10 goals in Moncton, and he's going to join the rush here. Segrist is waiting for Moser to drive the middle of the ice. That opens up the cross seam pass all the way across to LeCoutre. Wow, he gets to walk into this, hold it, wait, and this goes right through Shugard, through the 5-hole, and it's 3-0 as the defenseman joins the rush, takes the pass from Segrist, and has his first of the tournament.
So a 3-0 lead now for the Swiss. Looking for their first win of this World Junior Championship. Right at the draw, Schultz had the stick knocked out of his hands by Nussbaum. They were jawing before the faceoff. Now Miller centers it. Segrist put that high and wide. Nussbaumer knocks that down. Now Moser knocks that down. Here's Berger back with it. .5:45 to go in the second. Setkov with it. Up ahead to Brinkman. Brinkman had that knocked away. One of the things the scouts will be looking at, Ray, at a guy like Brinkman who's draft eligible, how much would he weigh in 4 years? A 5'10" guy. Could he get to 200?
Now, though, that seems less and less important. The weight, they look now to, you know, can you be 175 pounds?
Right.
if you can skate, can you get in and out of traffic? Can you stay in a battle with the puck? And that becomes lower body strength, not used to be just weight, like certainly when I played, but even prior to the last 5 years or so.
Madsen with it. Trying to find Grundvig. Schmid stepped into him. Boone battling for it. And again, right in front of you.
That is...
Bernie moves in, but the play's offside at the Danish line. Simon Lecoutre, the goal for the Swiss to make it 3-0.
Alexa, ask Chevrolet to start my car.
Okay, start your car.
Home. It shapes us, defines us. It sets us on a journey where we fight for those in need, here and abroad. It's not where we are, it's who we are. Because we don't live at home. Home lives in us.
There is Christian Volven, born in Montreal, spent 14 years in the Swiss League as a player. Third year behind the bench of the Swiss national junior team. He is outspoken, he is blunt, emotional.
I'm sure he likes to score. I'm not so sure he would have liked the way that the Swiss have started either of the first two periods. 2 goals by Philipp Kurashev. 1 by Lecoutre. It's made it a 3-0 game.
Setkov with it. And Setkov's stick blew up on him. He fell on the power play. Now his stick blows up. And Lehman brings it in for the Swiss. At the line, Lecoutre fires that off the glass. Tanner in there first for the Swiss. Lehman trying to center it. Knocked down by Schultz. And Rombier has it back for Denmark. Rombier got spun around. And a penalty coming out of Switzerland with 4:11 to go in the period.
Denmark will go to their second power play of this period. This one, Lohenberger is going to be chasing Rombier up the ice. And he's got to stick into the midsection. There's not much of an impediment, but he's got to stick across the waist. Don't think Volven likes that one either, but
you figure?
The problem with a penalty like that is it's not really impeding anything. It looks bad.
Right.
So they're going to call it. So get the point of the coach is get your stick out of there. It's not really doing anything except putting us short-handed again.
Looked down the ice by Moser. Deans did him a shot in their first power play. Gustav Green picks it up now. Thompson back for Uruk. Time for Wittendorf. Up ahead to Brinkman. In comes Brinkman with a sharp angle. That goes wide. Lucas Anderson swings it around. Wittendorf picks it back up. Here's Wittendorf. Across to Uruk. To Brinkman. Brinkman to the goal mouth. Green sends it across. Wittendorf at the crossbar. Didn't get all of it. The puck flooded off the iron. And now the Danes can't hold the line. And Wittendorf still shaking his head as he goes to the bench. Grundvig around for Brinkman. Lucas Anderson plays it back in deep. Moser leaves it there for Berger. Here is Setkov with it. Back for Grundvig. Grundvig drops it back to Schultz. Swings it back across. Madsen a chance. Hollenstein to get a whistle.
Oh, the Danes close to getting on the board here on the power play. This is the latest opportunity as Schultz gets this into the middle of the ice where Madsen's shot is stopped. Here's earlier. Wittendorf's got the whole net, but it's the reach and deflection of Verboen that tips this puck, floats up in the air, hits the crossbar and bounces away, and Wittendorf just cannot believe that the puck did not go in the net.
.33 seconds to go in the Danish power play. Shots are 17-14 in favor of the Swiss. Grundtvig, top power play, back out there for Denmark. Setkov. Down to Grundtvig. Madsen parked in front. Setkov across to Ronbier. Shoots, tip right on Hollenstein to save. Rebound, Schultz couldn't connect. Schultz back to Ronbier. Back to Setkov to Ronbier. And a crease violation called against Madsen, and the face-off will come outside. Can't stand in the blue paint too long, and Madsen did.
You can't park yourself in the blue. Madsen's in it. He's in it. He's in it. Now he's arguing, but you'll see from the overhead, it's blue. If you're in the blue, you can't be there. And why I like this rule, Gord, as you know, is that before there can be any goalie interference, that play is blown dead. I don't think the people here in the building understand the rule. That's the right call. And so he probably was yelled at by the official once, get out of there, get out of there. I guess that would be twice. And he didn't leave. Get out of the blue. He won't go in there again. I can guarantee it.
Moser in, shoots, and Sjogard blocked that off. 2 shots for the Danes in that power play. Rushweiler works it back. Here's Moser with it. Swings it back around. And Kurashev. Drops back for Eggenberger. Knocked down by Markusen. And he'll swing back. Always like when the guy argues that call. Your feet are in the blue paint.
Well, I guess on video you'll know in a hurry. But so Gord, people say, oh, they don't like it. It takes away battles in front of the net. This is the second time we've had a crease violation in the games we've done in this tournament.
And we've had almost no question about goalie interference in the tournament. We've had 1 review for goalie interference.
And it was pretty clear what the call was going to be.
Ronbier moves it across. Here's Brinkman with it. Shoots! That's deflected wide. And Schultz back with it, taken down by Mueller. Another penalty coming. With 59 seconds to go in the period.
Man, they keep giving him another chance here. You got a chance to really lock this game away. This is the second stick penalty in a row as Mueller's stick gets into the feet of Schultz, and back to the power play goes Denmark. They hit the crossbar rather on their last one. Sometimes you try to do too much when all you need to do is just stay into position.
Mueller plays for the Modo Juniors in Sweden. A returnee from last year. There's Schultz with it. These power plays that can straddle a period. As Ronbier has it. Setkov. You'd almost have to think for Denmark, you got to score before the end of the period here. Setkov winds and shoots. Hollenstein kicked that away. Haven't seen much of the Setkov shot on the Danish power play. Bounces by him. Ronbier holds the line. But Verboen took that away. Ronbier held him up a little bit. And the Swiss were hollering for a penalty. Grundtvig back with it. And races ahead. 20 seconds to go in the period. Drops it off to Schultz. Back for Grundtvig, skipped off his stick. Chopped that by Moser and Lehman. Off the glass and back out. Madsen. Lead pass for Schultz. And Grundtvig couldn't tiptoe the line.
The Danes will start with about a minute left on this power play in the third period. Came into the period down 2, had a really terrific first 7 or 8 minutes. Just couldn't get the puck past Luca Hollenstein in the Swiss goal, and the Swiss had a third goal in the period by Simon Lecoutre. And here we sit, 3-0.
Still to come today, Canada against the Czech Republic. You're watching the 2019 World Junior Hockey Championship live from Vancouver and Victoria on TSN. Our second intermission is coming up next.
This is a story for the ones who fly in the face of convention. For everyone who decided to go their own route. Here, we've always charted our own path. A little west of center, if you will. So to anyone who believed in themselves when no one else did. Everyone who believes in where they're going. Welcome aboard the new WestJet. WestJet. Love where you're going.
Cooper tires on the ground, go round and round, round and round, round and round. Tires on the car are warranty. And what you need, the tires on the car help keep you safe. They grip the road when you hit the brakes.
Your tires matter. So count on Cooper, an American company since 1914.
The tires on the ground go round and round.
When you're passionate about coffee, only the rich, smooth, and delicious taste of McCafe will do. Enjoy the coffee you know and love at home. Pick yours up at the grocery store today.
Leon's Boxing Week sale is here. For a limited time only. Save $300 on this dual reclining sofa, now only $599. And 65% off this Sealy Posturepedic mattress, now only $349. Leon's Boxing Week sale ends soon.
Oh, man.
Oh, let's go again. Different hotel, but the same features. All right, let's try San Diego.
Boutique hotel near the beach with a pool.
There's the perfect place right there.
Find your ideal hotel on Trivago by simply selecting the filters and comparing prices from multiple websites. Hotel Trivago.
Here we go.
Every year, players compete for a chance to play at Canada's National Midget Championship, the TELUS Cup. As the biggest fans of Canada's biggest game, TELUS is helping the hockey stars of today and tomorrow. Visit hockeycanada.ca/TELUS Cup.
Massive day tomorrow in the National Football League. The 4 o'clock starts, playoff implications all over the place as far as the positions available, home field advantage, the buys in the first round, all will be sorted out tomorrow on CTV and TSN. Check your local listings for the games available in your area. James Duthie and Bob McKenzie back with your second intermission. Felt like we said this against the Russians, that the Danes come out at the beginning of periods and get quality chances. Is lack of finish the one thing keeping them from perhaps being in these games?
No question about that, and you're absolutely right. And, you know, in this game, the shots are 18-16 in favor of the Swiss, but both the quantity and quality of chances that the Danes have had have been good, especially early in periods. So there it is, the first minute of the game. they get a couple of glorious opportunities. Here we are, less than 6 minutes in, and just 6 minutes in. And then the same thing at the beginning of the second period. Chance after chance early on, but they just haven't been able to capitalize. They can't seem to get anything by them. And then even on that late power play, I mean, it's like a force field to cross that net now. I mean, if you're not going to score on that one, you feel like you're not going to score one at all. And the fact that they're down 3 here in a tournament where they have yet to put a single puck in the net, it's not an encouraging sign for Denmark.
The Swiss goal scorer, Simon Lecoutre, has 3 sticks on the stick rack, labeled 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if that's his preference or if he uses 1 for each period. If the latter is the case, then number 2 worked really well.
Had the goal scorer stick on the second one, and you know what? And Ray mentioned this, 10 goals in 27 games for Moncton in the Quebec League. He's really put together some nice numbers this year after back-to-back 3-goal seasons with the Wildcats. But he obviously knows how to jump up, be the extra guy in the attack, and really for Søgaard, the Danish goaltender, that's one where you got to try and squeeze those pads, got to try to make the save, give your team a chance to come back. But as I said, for a team that hasn't scored a goal in the tournament, a 3-goal deficit going into the third period looks like a pretty tall order.
When this one is done, little break for SportsCenter, then we're back with Canada and the Czech Republic. Tim Hunter says he's tired, finished talking about lines. He wants to keep everything secret, but we know the lines for today. We'll talk about those. And also, Jack Hughes out again for Team USA. That's next.
Bodog.net gives you free casino tips, poker strategies, and insider sports info so you can make plays on your favorite game. Bodog.net. Make a play.
This is a story for the ones who fly in the face of convention. For everyone who decided to go their own route. Here, we've always charted our own path. A little west of center, if you will. So to anyone who believed in themselves when no one else did, everyone who believes in where they're going, welcome aboard the new WestJet. WestJet. Love where you're going.
At The Source, our tech experts will help you choose the perfect smartphone. Plus, we've got cases, chargers, and all the latest accessories. For a limited time, get up to a $450 gift card towards a new phone when you trade in your current one. See store for details. The Source, Canada's largest tech retailer.
He's still here. Why is he still here?
Christmas doesn't need to end. Celebrate big savings during Wayfair's Boxing Week blowout. Save on living room furniture up to 70% off, bar stools and dining chairs under $150, and lighting up to 80% off. Shop our Boxing Week blowout only at wayfair.ca.
Eastside Mario's Buy One, Take One Home Free is back. Dine in on one of 9 delicious entrees. Then take home one of 3 signature pastas free. Buy one, take one home free. Now until January 20th. Eastside Mario's. Hey, bada boom, bada bing.
Life can be busy. And sometimes it's the little things we rely on that help us feel prepared. You count on soft and strong facial tissue. Strong paper towels that stand up to the toughest messes. And bathroom tissue that's plush and thick. You can trust Royale products to deliver quality throughout your home. There's a Royale for every room.
Season 2 of The Launch is gonna be wild. The mentors this year got you covered.
My favorite part of working on The Launch has been making the music.
I love it. I want to inspire.
Does your heart feel it?
Timing is really important.
That oh wow, that eureka moment makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. I look for passion, commitment.
And it doesn't matter if you speak French or English.
Et je ne sais quoi.
That special thing.
It's a high that you cannot explain.
CTV's The Launch, streaming Wednesday, January 30th on CTV.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for making dreams come true.
Canada versus the Czech Republic today. It's pretty simple. Canada wins, and they're guaranteed first or second in their group. It will depend on, of course, the New Year's Eve game against Russia, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The pregame show, the drop of the puck about 30-odd minutes later. The Czech team looking for some goals. They've only scored 3 through 2 games, despite a top-heavy lineup that includes Martin Netcash, who was the tournament's points leader last year. And it appears Canadian coach Tim Hunter has recognized things are getting serious. He did not make any players available to the media this morning and is taking a page out of the NHL coach's manual.
Is he starting today?
You know, after this news conference, I'm not talking about our lines anymore because it's getting competitive, and I don't need the other team knowing everything that we do. So I'm not talking about our lines, who's going where, who's doing what. So that's the end of it. You'll see who starts tonight.
Well, he did talk about them yesterday and gave us a pretty good indication. This is the way it's going to look. We've highlighted Mackenzie Entwistle, who started as the 13th forward, moves to center on the 4th line, and Shane Bowers from center on that 4th line up to left wing on the Anderson-Dolan-Suzuki line. What do you make of these changes?
Well, it's interesting. He identified the Glass line and the Hayton line as the top 2 lines in the tournament. Coming into the tournament, some would have thought that maybe Anderson-Dolan, Suzuki, and whoever was playing with them originally, Alexis Lafreniere, were going to be amongst the top 6 forwards on this team, but Frost, Hayton, and Leeson have been very, very good. So Bowers gets rewarded and comes up. He's probably a little more responsible two-way than Lafreniere would be on that line. And this is also a recognition of what Mackenzie Entwistle has done in the tournament, and obviously scoring a goal the last game, but also being that right-hand shot that takes face-offs on his strong side in the defensive zone. And he was out there for the final few seconds of that game for key face-offs in the last game against Switzerland.
And by the way, though we didn't answer it today, Mikey DiPietro is starting today. We'd be really shocked if it was not Mikey DiPietro. Basically his tournament from here on in, as long as he continues to play well. USA-Sweden, critical game and a great win over in Victoria in Group E today. The Americans without Jack Hughes for the 2nd straight game. Is this concerning going forward?
Not overly. I think the expectation is that Jack Hughes is going to be ready for the quarterfinals. If not sooner than that, maybe a chance he could play on New Year's Eve against the Finns on New Year's Eve. But Hughes got a little banged up in the last pre-tournament game against the Czechs, and then probably aggravated, tweaked something a little bit in a fairly physical game against the Slovaks in the opening game of the tournament. So didn't play the last game, which was a laugher against Kazakhstan. Not going to be in this game against Sweden. May or may not be there for Finland, but the expectation is he should be good to go for the quarterfinals. And it's obviously a significant minus for the Americans not to have him. And the NHL scouts are all texting me, what's going on with Hughes? They obviously want to see when he's going to be in the tournament and what he's going to be doing. So, but the Americans off to a good start here, and they should have Hughes back.
And we showed you those recent matchups. The Americans have won 4 of 6. Remember, Sweden's 46-game winning streak in group play is on the line in that game. Swiss in control in this one.
We're all trying to save a little cash. Should we wake him? And couch surfing at work isn't the best idea.
Luckily, going to 7-Eleven is.
Mountain Dew and Doritos mix and match, 2 for $3.
Eastside Mario's Buy One, Take One Home Free is back. Dine in on one of 9 delicious entrees. Then take home one of 3 signature pastas free. Buy one, take one home free. Now until January 20th. Eastside Mario's. Hey, bada boom, bada bing.
This is a story for the ones who fly in the face of convention. For everyone who decided to go their own route. Here, we've always charted our own path. A little west of center, if you will. So to anyone who believed in themselves when no one else did. Everyone who believes in where they're going. Welcome aboard the new WestJet. WestJet. Love where you're going.
Sore throat getting in the way? Echinoforce saves the day. Echinoforce Throat Spray. Made with extracts from fresh, organic plants. Fast-acting and clinically proven to relieve throat pain and inflammation.
I love Ebates. I do quite a bit of holiday shopping, and I use Ebates for all of it. Ebates is a website with thousands of stores that I shop through, and they pay me to shop. Not only do I get all my holiday shopping done in a short amount of time, I get money back for doing so. There's no hassles, no gimmicks, nothing.
Ebates is where it pays to shop online, literally.
Sign up for free, shop at your favorite stores, get paid. Join today and get a $5 bonus at ebates.ca.
Hey, that's the 2018. New Seriously Chicken model with the Asiago and bacon package. What's under the hood? Oh, crispy. I go grilled.
My dad was a grilled man. We're all trying to save a little cash. Should we wake him? And couch surfing at work isn't the best idea.
Luckily, going to 7-Eleven is.
Buy 2 Rockstar energy drinks for just $4.
You ever feel like your hotel search is just going round and around, getting you nowhere?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Not so on Trivago. On Trivago, finding your ideal hotel couldn't be easier. Destination, filter, and search. Trivago compares hundreds of websites and apps worldwide to match your search criteria instantly. So little Chuckles here, he can have a well-earned rest. Hotel? Trivago.
Second period summary, Simon Lecoultre gets his first of this World Junior Championship, and the Swiss have a 3-0 lead. The shots are 18-16 in favor of the Swiss after the Danes outshot them 11-7 in that second period. Gord Miller back with Ray Ferraro. Last year, Christian Wolven, the Swiss coach, made headlines by saying his team had no chance against Canada. That drew a lot of attention, but he's a colorful, outspoken guy who was a whirlwind of activity behind the Swiss bench.
He is, and you know, we're going to show some of the way that Wolven gets up and down the bench and talks to his team. You see how emotional he is? However, he's incredibly supportive too. I watch him hug guys on the bench. He's patting their backs. But if you make a mistake, like Simon Lecoultre did in the first period, you're going to hear about it. But this is why you stay in the game, why you don't lose your head. Later in the second period, Lecoultre takes a cross-ice pass. You get a pat in the back from Tommy Alvelin as you make the score 3-0. He's pushing his team hard here. This is a game they have to have because this takes them out of danger for those relegation games. This puts them through to the next round. So a regulation win gives them 4 points. The Danes would only be able to get to 3.
Yeah, the only hope for the Danes if they lose today would be to have the Czechs lose to Canada early today, or later today, and then the Danes close against the Czechs on New Year's Eve. Looking more and more like it'll be Denmark against Kazakhstan on the relegation side. The loser goes down to Division 1A. The winner stays in the top group. And we've said it before, Ray, for Denmark to stay in this group for 5 consecutive years is really an accomplishment. Got promoted and then have stayed alive in 4 straight tournaments since the 2015 events in Toronto and Montreal. Goes back for it. We mentioned that Germany has finally won promotion after a few years in the wilderness for them.
And the biggest difficulty for a lot of those countries is the players that will qualify. Right. A good many of them aren't going to be eligible to play next year.
11 Germans, I believe, are eligible to come back next year for the team that won promotion this year.
That's a pretty young team, isn't it, to qualify? That's good news for them.
That's high. You know, a big year for Germany, as we mentioned. They won the silver medal at the Olympics. One shot in the power play for that Danes and that one that straddled the period. But the Germans almost got relegated out of Division 1A a couple of years ago. That'll be an awful climb back. Nico Gross plays on it for Kurashev, who has scored twice this afternoon. Kurashev winds in, holds, scores! What a dash by Philip Kurashev, a hat-trick goal, and it's 3-0 Switzerland.
Now the tournament leader in goals with 6. Rather 5, sorry. He ties 5 goals, puts him at the top of the tournament in goals here. Sorry, my mistake. How's the math? Kurashev holds onto the puck, goes all the way around the zone, and when he shows the patience that we'd seen earlier in the tournament, as he'll hold the puck going through the middle of the ice. It's a shooting shot spot there. However, he holds it one step to his left. He's got his third, and the Swiss are looking pretty good, up 4-0.
Kurashev, the 19-year-old, whose dad played for the old Soviet Union in the World Junior Championship in 81 and 82. We're back to Quebec to the Quebec Major Junior League at the end of this. His 3rd year there. Swiss players play all over the place. There's some in Sweden, some in North America. Find their way to the next level. The Swiss League is a very good one. Top, as you mentioned, restricts imports to 4 per team, so there's lots of opportunity for Swiss players to play. Well-attended games. And of course, the Spengler Cup going on right now in Davos, an annual tradition. We got to get to that some year.
Yeah, nice old teammate Kevin Dineen is coaching the Canadian team.
Yeah.
There's Philip Kurashev, the 4th-round pick by Chicago.
Now your tournament goal-scoring leader ahead of Contois, Morgan Frost, Joel Farabee, the U.S., and Eric Brandstrom, the defenseman for the Swedes. Oh, he is something else.
Vegas first-rounder. Farabee got 3 goals yesterday for the United States.
We saw a great D-to-D pass last year from Eric Brandstrom to his partner Rasmus Dahlin. It was D-to-D 180 feet up the ice. Brandstrom from his own goal line hit Sandin just at the opposite blue line diagonally across the ice. It was quite something. Had some old school hockey guys shaking their heads, but
sure looked good though.
Abisher pivots back, his wrist shot tipped wide. Swiss have played hard here, Ray, not just today, but they lost that opener to the Czechs 2-1. Lost a 1-goal game to Canada as Gross collides there with Brinkman. Gave Canada a good game. Playing pretty well here today.
A little bit of a rough start. They get a power play, and Philip Kurashev scores his 3rd power play goal of the tournament. This was his first 5-on-5 goal. A nice pass from Eggenberger. And then this sweet move as he goes across the offensive zone. Pull the goaltender, beat Sjogard for his 3rd.
Signs the bronze medal win in '98. One of the greatest moments for the Swiss juniors came in 2010 in Saskatoon. Their first year back up, they were relegated in '08. They beat the Russians in the quarterfinals on an overtime goal by Nino Niederreiter. Tanner taps it back. Lowenberger with it. You mentioned the Swiss have won 2 silver medals the last 5 years at the Men's World Championship. Lowenberger plays that back. Parody his shot, kicked out by Sjogard, who somehow saw that through the traffic. Now Gross with his shot. He ramps off a stick, up and out of play.
This is when the Danes have to fight being discouraged. It's down 4-0 again here. They've yet to score in this tournament. Olaf Eller is hot about the hit that his defenseman Magnus Koch took. Ramon Tanner ran about 20 feet and hit him in the corner, and Eller not very happy.
Fire back down to the Swiss zone. Hollenstein out to play it. Put that in the stick of Lucas Anderson. Here's Grundvik back with it. And Moser gathers it back up. Centering pass knocked down by Grundtvig. He brings it ahead now for Denmark. Taken back by Kurashev. In comes Kurashev. Gruschweiler pokes at that. Lucas Anderson chops it back. Now it's picked off by Kurashev. Throws it back in front, and Sjogard got a stick on that, then corralled the bouncing puck.
Well, the last tournament that he had in Buffalo, Kurashev was a dangerous player. He had 3 points in the 5 games that they played, and this year as a 19-year-old at another level here. He has been explosive. 5 goals in his last 2 games for the Swiss. And back to the start of the game when the Swiss jumbled their lines around, made new top 3 lines basically, and put their top players, Gruschweiler, Eggenberger, and Kurashev together on a line, pretty much underscoring the importance of this game for them. And
well, they've got the Russians to close out tomorrow, and the Swiss could give the Russians a test. They've played well against the Russians in tournaments this year. Key for them, as always, is goaltending. As Schmid moves in and fired that wide. For Switzerland, the only game on this side tomorrow is Kyer brings it ahead. Kyer, he shoots, whistle that high and wide. For years, Benoit and Francois Allaire, where both renowned goaltending coaches from Canada have held a goaltending academy in Switzerland this summer.
There's a Danish player. Immediately he was waving to the official behind the play in that pile-up. Oh man, he just said my leg, and
so the athletic therapist will come out quickly for the Danes. But he was motioning right away to the bench.
There was a pile up right along the boards, and Bach is going to land on him here. Instantly he knows he needs help right away.
It's Kubars who is injured.
Here comes the doctor. Oh gosh, that's right up by his neck. As Kubars gets landed on, you see the doctor coming out on the ice. Concern on the Danish bench is
checking his hands first. Victor Kubars being attended to on the ice. They're getting him up slowly, which is a great sign. We'll step away and return in a moment.
We haven't come this far by accident. We haven't left this to luck. We're here because we are willing to work for it. From the farms to the forests, from our mountains to our coastlines, from our most remote communities to our busiest of cities. It's the Canadian dream, and we'll get out of it what we put into it. Introducing 8 all-new 2019 Chevrolet Silverados, because there's work to be done.
I was taking Connor to kindergarten. We were able to go to Tim Hortons to grab a coffee and a hash brown.
And I asked my mom if I could pay for the lady behind us.
I said not today, buddy, because I had exactly the right change. He said, no, I'm going to get it today.
I decided to pay for her because it was close to Christmas and everybody deserves kindness at Christmas.
Back underway here as that puck was slipped wide by Nussbaumer. I can tell you that Victor Kubars walked under his own power down the tunnel to the Danish dressing room, which is a great sign. As Nussbaumer works in. And Segrist tries to poke that free for the Swiss. Setkov gathers it up, looks in for Schultz, who chips it down. With nothing else over the last 13.5 minutes here, the Danes need to find a way to score a goal. To prove themselves they can. There's a good chance for Ronbier.
And he's had he's had 4 really good chances today. A couple early in the first period. He had a shorthanded breakaway at 0-0 that Kurashev scored shortly after. Here he's in a nice spot on the ice, and he's going to have time to pivot. Pretty good stop for Hollenstein through a little bit of traffic.
Some things don't need translation, do they, Ray?
Nope. Nice, it's in English too. So I can join along.
Universal language. What's a punt right at home there, Ray? That puck bounces off the linesman into the Swiss bench. And the universal language from the Swiss was to point to the scoreboard. That, no matter what league you're in, no matter what sport you play, when those arguments break out, the last word is always to point to the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's the trump card. You can see Bolvin wants his team, he just said, keep moving. I found there's been times today where they've been a little stationary. They haven't worked as hard as Denmark. Perhaps their top end has been the difference here. The goaltender Hollenstein has had an excellent night, and then the 3 goals by Kurashev. But there's been portions of the game, in particular the first 5 or 7 minutes of the first and second periods, where the Danes were the better team. The Swiss were able to capitalize and are comfortably out in front now.
Montana works in, centers it, and it trickles down, knocked away by Sjogard.
One thing the Swiss should be able to do here is not tax their top line at all over the last 13 minutes.
Good for a long shot. That's gloved by Sjogard. Stream full TV hits and thousands of hours of Hollywood hits, all totally unlocked with no subscription required. CTV Throwback and Movies. Download the app today. Falls Creek area of Vancouver with BC Place on the left. Anderson sends it rink wide to Gustav Green. Green winds in, shovels up towards the goal. Hollenstein knocked that away. Do you think the Swiss can stay with the Russians tomorrow?
I do. Where the difference today is the high end, or the top end of the Swiss lineup. Maybe too much for Denmark. I think it's the same way. Tomorrow, the very top end of that Russian group is pretty good.
Hagenberger throws it ahead to Kurashev.
But I don't think the Swiss will be intimidated. I don't think they'll be pushed out of the game. I don't see a dominant team on this side of the draw. And so if I'm Christian Bolvin, this line that just came off the ice isn't going to see a whole lot of ice in the last 12 minutes.
Yeah, the Kurashev line?
Yeah, there's just no need for them to be out there, and you can stretch out some of the other guys a little bit. For example, the Czechs tonight, they lost 2-1 yesterday to the Russians, and they played the wheels off in a game they had a real chance to win out of their top-end guys. Their 3 first-round forwards, Philip Zadina, Martin Kraut,
and
Martin Netchas, and they played over 22 minutes yesterday. Now they got to come back and do it again today.
Philip Schultz works in, sends that rink wide. Knocked down by Schultz up as Oscar Schultz was bumped around. Nussbaumer brings it back for the Swiss. Nussbaumer peels back. The Swiss getting fresh D on the ice, and Segrist followed that puck. Now Grundvig back the other way for the Danes. Shovels it ahead for Schultz. Knocked down by Bernie. Rink wide he goes for Segrist. Pass missed for Kyer. An icing call against the Danes.
Well, he doesn't stop coaching either.
No.
Eller's up here. He's prodding the players. He just gave Schultz a pat on the back when he came off the ice for the work that he's done. And
the Suns have both won championships. Lars, of course, won the Stanley Cup. Matt Zeller won a Memorial Cup with Edmonton in 2014. I always thought Bob Johnson, the late Badger Bob, was the most optimistic person I'd ever come across. Olaf Eller's right in that category. Calgary one time lost 10 games in a row. It was in '86, the year they went to the Cup final. The 10th game was a 9-1 loss at home to Hartford. And Badger Bob said after the game, I know we just got beat for the 10th time in a row, guys. We only scored once, but that power play goal we scored, that was a heck of a goal. That's an optimist. Olaf Eller says after a 14-0 loss to Canada, tried to focus on the good things we did. It gets buried there by Koch.
I like Koch's game today, man. That kid competes hard.
But when you're Eller, that's what you have to do, right? I mean, you can't sit there and stew on losses. There's going to be lots of them.
Well, and there's no point in just pointing out to a group of teenagers how badly they got beat. They can count. They know the score. And give them something to build upon. Give them something to try and do better the next day.
Cheryshev with a chance and reaching out the pen with Sjogard to knock that away. Wittendorf throws that down. And Hollenstein leaves it there for Abisher. Come around by Wittendorf. In shoots. The puck still rolling around in front. And Cheryshev picks it up. Back for Eggenberger. Twine to Abisher. Coming up in about 20 minutes time in Victoria. Eggenberger shoots. Sjogard knocked out away. It'll be the Slovaks against the Finns. Cox with the big hit. Sends his man Schmid flying.
When the evening shadows fall and you're wondering who to call for a little company, there's always me.
Sonicare is caring by design. Its advanced sonic technology pulses water between teeth to break up plaque and sweep it away for a complete clean you can really feel. Philips Sonicare.
Day 4 of the 2019 World Junior Championship. The Czechs have arrived. We'll take on Canada. Our coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific here on TSN. Hard to believe the Czechs are 13 consecutive years without a medal at the World Junior Championship. They've got that top line when it plays together of the 3 first-round picks you talked about, Ray. They famously start games together, but they have finished the last couple.
Be interesting to see if those guys do play, whether Canada will play the glass line nose-to-nose against them.
Bier back to Setkov. Setkov a long shot, goes off a leg into the corner for Gross. There's Nussbaumer with it. Segrist trying to pull that free. Grundvik gives him a whack on the ankle. And that's picked up by Bernie. One of the subtle changes in the sport, Ray, that I love, they don't blow the whistle anymore when guys try to freeze the puck along the board.
I was just thinking, Gord, with another change of the game, maybe not as play-oriented as you made, is when you'd stop and freeze the puck there. Yeah. It was a wood chopper's ball. Your ankles would be, they might as well have just put targets on them. And, of course, you'd get up into the calves a little bit to get them off the puck. That's changed probably for the good.
And nice to see that Kubars is back out for the Deans, and that shot is stopped by Hollenstein.
I'm surprised to see him back. Good for him. Happy that he's okay after that looked really, really awkward. As you pointed out yesterday, Gord, young.
Yep.
Flexible.
Bendable. You watch them warm up for games. I mean, when you watch NHL players warm up, it's pretty relaxed. And these kids, it's like they run a marathon before the game. Out the draw. Lifted wide by Markusen. Lucas Anderson plays it in. Tanner knocks it down. Up ahead to Lehman, has a quick look back, drops that back to LeCoutre. His shot floats wide. Here's Avisher back with it at the other point. Schmid brought down by Bastrup, with the puck back down to the Swiss zone. Icing call against the Swiss with 7:02 to go in the third.
Still looking for their first goal, as now just 7 minutes left in their third game. The 14 and then back-to-back 4 goals against for the Danes. You can sense a real hope here in the building too, that anytime they get into position, the fans want them to score too.
Happens so often, especially in the tournaments in North America. Remember Dennis Godla back in 2015 when the Slovaks won a bronze medal, the cheers he got in that building? Just iced the puck again. When the Slovaks won bronze in Winnipeg in '99, still one of the great celebrations we've ever seen.
You see the Danes use the boards as their bench. They're all turned around here on a timeout for the Swiss, and drawing a face-off play over to my left. And
subtle difference between the NHL and IHF rules. In the NHL, you can't call timeout after an icing.
I thought that was a well thought out idea here. I mean, they'd ice the puck, call a timeout. What's the point? You're supposed to, you can't change because you want tired players on the ice because you want offense. And then they took that away. So I like that the league, the NHL, changed that.
Off the face-off, Rombier tried to center it. Here's Avisher back with it. Avisher shovels that down, and finally the Swiss can get the change in. Grunfig. Rink wide for Rombier. He collides hard with Bernie and the linesman. Knocked down by Leuenberger. Up ahead now to Gerber. His centering pass knocked down by Koch. Another good defensive play from Magnus Koch. And Setkov has it back for the Danes. Threads it ahead for Rombier. To Grunfig. In comes Grunfig. Drops it back and shoots a hard drive one off the leg. Oscar back with it. Back is Grossfort for the Swiss. Up ahead to Kurashev. That was knocked down. The pass to Kyer goes to Kubars. That's poke checked away. And it's back at center ice. Kubars centers it. Bach walks in, shoots, and a glove save made by Hollenstein. 4-0. The Swiss lead on the hat trick from Philip Kurashev. The World Juniors in Vancouver.
Wouhou! On s'en va à la maison. Fermez la porte. Boum! Alexa, ask Chevrolet to lock my car.
Okay, lock your car.
This is a story for the ones who fly in the face of convention. For everyone who decided to go their own route. Here, we've always charted our own path. A little west of center, if you will. So to anyone who believed in themselves when no one else did. Everyone who believes in where they're going. Welcome aboard the new WestJet. WestJet. Love where you're going.
Nico Gross goes to the penalty box here for the slash onto the hands of Bach. Lucas Bach with a scoring chance gloved by Hollenstein. The Swiss aren't real happy with the way this period has gone. The coaches have continually been on the players to just stay in the play a little more. They're kind of on cruise control a bit here.
Right. Denmark 0 for 3 in the power play, just 3 shots. Wittendorf.
I'd pull the goalie.
Plays that back, no one there for the Danes.
You're just trying to score here, right? It's not like you got to worry about goal differential. I'd get the goalie out, try and create something else.
Wittendorf works in. Anderson isn't knocked down. It's fired back down the ice by LeCoutre. Sjogard up ahead for Green to Wittendorf. Anderson tied up there by Moser. It's funny when a team gets more good chances 5-on-5 than on the power play. That's been the story for the Danes, not just today, but in the tournament. They generate very little on the power play.
Not creative enough or skilled enough to take advantage of the extra man. They generate a lot 5-on-5 because of their work.
Here comes Ronbier, the top power play back on the ice. Ronbier collides with LeCoutre. Put it back for Schultz. Setkov holds the line, feeds across to Gruntvig, and the Danes get set up. Crowd hollering for a shot. Setkov back to Gruntvig. They're urging, pleading for a shot here. Schultz in, shoots, just missed. A 4-0 game under 4 to go with the crowd just begging for a Danish goal. Setkov fires, he just missed. Back down the Danish zone. Final seconds now, the power play. 2 attempts, but no shots on goal in that power play. Setkov played it back, no one there for the Danes. Lehman picks it free. Now Foster put it for the Danes. Long shooting goes off a leg. Kubar's on it. Now Abisher. After Muller got steamrolled there by Bastrop. And then caught by over Lehman. Olaf Edler still barking instructions. The Danes still grinding away. Down by 4.
There's the chance from the slot as Schultz wedges it up. Oh, it's just over top of the cage.
Face off back in the Danish zone. Eggenberger plays it back in deep. Swiss will close out the round-robin portion against the Russians tomorrow. Denmark has the Czechs on New Year's Eve. And we mentioned Denmark's only hope now is that the Czechs lose to Canada, and they somehow find a way to beat the Czech Republic on December 31st. Otherwise, it's back in the relegation side for the second consecutive year. Back down to the Swiss zone. Here's Gross playing it around for Bernie. Rushweiler up for Kurashev. Works it back across. Negative in, shoots, and Sjogard made the stop. In the meantime, Kurashev was taken hard into the Danish net by Victor Anderson. He's slow to get to his feet.
Well, certainly the Swiss don't need that. Kurashev was driving the net, and he's going to be in the middle after he dumps it. And Anderson and he just drive into the net. You can see the contact point is his legs. Even though the net breaks away, probably doesn't feel any good. That would be the end of those guys.
Yeah.
They haven't played much at all here in the last little bit.
Abisher feeds it across to Lecoutre. Brings it around Muller. Tied up by Setkov. Muller gets spilled. And Grundtvig plays it ahead for Ronbier. One more shift for this top line. And Berger just steamrolled Grundtvig there. Shots are 25-21 in favor of Switzerland. Muller works in, holds and shoots, and Sjogard knocks that away. Setkov picks it up. He's got Grundtvig with him 2-on-2. Green jumping in for a 3-on-2. And Setkov had a poke check away by Moser. And the crowd groans, looking for a Danish goal. Moser works in. Romp it back inside a minute to go in the third period. Grundtvig. Flush there by Verbon. And Bastrup brings it back. Bastrup up for Setkov. Chipped in by Wittendorf. And here's Gross back with it. Plays it back across. Mortensen. Final seconds now, fired down the Swiss zone. And time expires here in the third period. Switzerland wins it 4-0. So the Swiss get their first win of the 2019 World Junior. A win, a loss, and an OT loss for 4 points. The Danes fall to 0-3, have been outscored 22-0. Still to come today, it's Canada against the Czech Republic. Our coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific.
The 2019 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship from Vancouver and Victoria, British Columbia is brought to you by Esso. The Esso brand has fueled Canada's love of hockey for over 30 years. By Nike, official gear of Canada's national hockey team. And by TELUS, officially Canada's largest and fastest network.
This is a story for the ones who fly in the face of convention. For everyone who decided to go their own route. Here, we've always charted our own path. A little west of center, if you will. So to anyone who believed in themselves when no one else did. Everyone who believes in where they're going. Welcome aboard the new WestJet. WestJet. Love where you're going.
Bodog.net gives you free casino tips, poker strategies, and insider sports info so you can make plays on your favorite game. Bodog Underdog.net. Make a play.
Hey, that's the 2018 new Seriously Chicken model with the Asiago and bacon package. What's under the hood? Oh, crispy. I go grilled. My dad was a grilled man.
The 2019 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship from Vancouver and Victoria, British Columbia is brought to you by Chevrolet, proud partners of Hockey Canada.
Just 25% of the way through the day at the World Juniors. Switzerland beats Denmark 4-0. Denmark likely now headed to relegation and trying to stay in the top level of the World Juniors. Canada and the Czech Republic, our pregame show starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:30 local. Slovakia and Finland also tonight, and Sweden versus the U.S. That is a big one for first place in Group B. No Jack Hughes for the U.S. for the second straight game. He's got a shoulder injury. They expect him to be back for the quarterfinals. Lots of chances for Denmark tonight. That kid was brilliant. He had two different signs in the two different languages, got pucks from both teams. So kudos to him and kudos to the Swiss who win it 4-0. SportsCenter begins now.
Welcome to SportsCenter. I'm Mark Rowe. Hope you enjoyed the game. We'll get back to Vancouver with the latest as Team Canada gets set to take on the Czech Republic. But we begin with the National Hockey League. And no team has scored more this season than the Winnipeg Jets. But lately, you'd hardly know it. Held to a single goal in 3 of their last 4 games, Winnipeg was looking to take advantage of the struggling Minnesota Wild this afternoon in hopes of getting that offense reignited. Winnipeg coming into the game sitting atop the Western Conference. Minnesota comes in having lost 5 straight in 10 of their last 12. Midway through the opening frame, though, Matt Bartkowski called up by the Wild for this one in an effort to shake things up, takes the feed in, rifles it past Connor Hellebuyck. The 30-year-old playing in his first game this season scores just his 8th career goal. The Wild lead 1-0. Then early on in the second, Tyler Myers has his shot blocked by Zach Parise. The Wild go the other way. Parise sends it cross ice. The puck deflects off the leg, comes right to Charlie Coyle, who goes upstairs on Hellebuyck. Coyle's 6th of the year. The Wild take their first 2-goal lead since December 13th. Patrick Laine, pointless in his last 4 games on the power play. It's Blake Wheeler threading a perfect feed to Laine. He blows the one-timer by Devin Dubnyk. It's his 24th of the year. Wheeler picking up his 44th assist, tying him for the league lead as the Jets cut the lead to 1. But a tough break a little later for the Jets. Dustin Byfuglien in the corner. Check out his left foot as he gets run into by Luke Kunin. It bends awkwardly. Byfuglien in some discomfort. Play is blowing dead. Byfuglien needing assistance to get off the ice. He would leave. He has not returned to this game as the Jets continue to trail now 3-1 in the third period. As the Wild just scored an empty netter. Laine's third period power play marker snapping Winnipeg's 4-game streak without a power play goal. It was also just Laine's 3rd goal in December after scoring 18 in the month of November. Again, just seconds left in the third period with the Wild leading 3-1. Ken Hitchcock started 9-2-2 in his first 13 games in Edmonton, but the Oilers are losers of 4 straight, taking on the Sharks. And the last time Edmonton lost 5 straight was last March, opening period. Connor McDavid starting the play. Ty Ratty puts it off the post. Martin Jones reaches back and tries to sweep it away. Take another look. Jones actually gets to the puck, and McDavid wisely shoots it back in. After a review, McDavid given credit for his 20th of the year. Now, Erik Karlsson playing his first game after serving a 1-game suspension. Less than 20 seconds after Edmonton's goal, the Sharks break out on a 3-on-1. Karlsson, great feed at Jonas Donskoi to tie the game at 1. And then 4 minutes after that, Karlsson keeps the puck in and finds Brent Burns, who spots Tomas Hertl in front. And just like that, the Sharks were up 2-1 after 1. Late in the second now, it's 3-1 Sharks. Karlsson lets one go from the point. It goes through a background for his first goal in 15 games. 4-1 Sharks after 2. Skip to the third. Burns puts it on net, and it's Melker Karlsson with the deflection. That beats Cam Talbot. His 5th. The Sharks add to their lead, and they continue to lead in the third period against the Edmonton Oilers. It's now 7-2 San Jose with just over 3 minutes to play. Karlsson now with points in 9 straight games. He has 3 multi-point games over that span. Frederik Andersen will not dress for tonight's game against the Islanders in his day-to-day with a groin injury. Garrett Sparks will start, and the Leafs have recalled Casimir Kaskisuso on an emergency basis. Head coach Mike Babcock was asked if Andersen was injured prior to Christmas.
If I say that, yes. The next 3 months we'll be talking about, this is how it is in the league, is everyone's bumped and bruised lots of times. There was nothing that had any red lights going off whatsoever. But in saying that, when he went out to do his morning skate or the practice, and then the next day at the morning skate, he didn't feel good. He was fine.